So we have continued to be in a position to export part of bulk raw sugar, and it has been fine until now. We have reached a point where we want all our products to be under a roof, and not just under a roof, but under food safe conditions. So this is where Twazabuka comes from. Moving from a business model of bulk raw sugar to a business model of sugar for processing and for direct consumption, and then needing an investment or infrastructure to enable us to be able to do that. Before this, we have had many warehouses dotted across the country and many other ways. So what we do is we make the sugar, we take it outside, then we have to take it back into the plant to reprocess it, a process which we call risk-keeping, so that when it finally leaves the plant, so it's double handling, it's costly, and all that. But without this investment, people still need sugar in the market, and it has to be safe. So we would have to incur that cost, and we have been incurring that cost. So what you see on the right, on the left for the screen behind me is what we are creating. So when we talk about Project Twazabuka, we are talking about that structure that you see that is on my right here. So basically what will happen is now we'll produce sugar. It will be conveyed with a special belt from the plant. There is a modern world-class packing plant that is inside this building, or that will be inside this building, which will then enable us to pack sugar for 52 weeks. Right now, what we do is we are only able to pack during the time that we are actually manufacturing the sugar, which is over 8.5 months. And what does that? It hurts the availability component of our mission, because we've packed for 8.5 months. The sugar is not enough, and I think you've all seen that towards the end of February, March, and so on, we started to have stockouts. Availability became a problem, and so on. And part of that was because we were not enabled or fully enabled to be able to pack for 52 weeks.
One of the biggest things that or biggest challenges that you can face is to be able to convince a big shareholder that you can actually, you deserve almost a 2 billion investment. And especially so if you look at our current economic environment, isn't it? I think we have high inflation, the exchange rate, we've been battling with it. So to be able to garner that confidence of being entrusted with such a big project of almost 2 billion actually is a big challenge, and it's good that we are at a point where we've crossed the line. I think everyone does deserve a round of applause. And so what benefits, obviously, if you look at it from a bigger picture, come with this? Oz has mentioned quite a number of benefits, but also I think to move it a little bit to the financial sector in terms of what this means. First, maybe let's start by looking at how this is structured. So if you look at how we've structured the project from a currency mix point of view, you notice that there's quite some spend which is in different currencies. So if you look at the dollar funding, we need about, the total project is about 1.72 billion. Of that, we need about 674 million. That is a kwacha amount, but dollar equivalent in terms of what we anticipate as the USD outlay, which is accounting for 39% of the total funding is going to be in dollars. Then we also have some rand, which is 57% of the total funding that we need for this project. Also euros in just about 1%, and the rest, which is a 3%, being denominated in Kwacha. So I'm sure for the bankers, this creates a lot of opportunities for you. You already know what our FX requirements are going to be over the horizon of this this project. But more importantly also is just to mention the fact that, of course, with this kind of currency mix, then we have opportunities. Locally also, we have the benefit that we are going to see provision of liquidity to the market. So this project is going to unlock some liquidity both in local currency as well as in the hard currencies. But from a funding point of view, you may ask, how do you plan to fund this big project? So as I think we've had several conversations with most of the banks and other financial institutions in terms of what our funding structure will look like. So we are saying 40% of it is going to come from external stakeholders such as yourselves who are in this room, and then we'll be able to fund about 60% from our internal cash reserves. And why is this important? Also just to contextualize. This is very important because remember, for any project that we have to do, starting from the first principles is that we will not invest in a negative return project. And I'll later speak to how this project looks from a return point of view. But because of that, then you also want to make sure that your financing structure is at optimal level. And we determine it being optimal by having a mix of both external as well as internal funding.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another exciting event coverage by Financial Insight. My name is 𝗁𝗁, and I'm the host for this particular episode. Today is a fantastic day for Zambia Sugar. They're hosting their 5th edition of the Mazabuka Open Golf Tournament right here in Mazabuka. Financial Insight, who are a strategic media partner for Zambia Sugar, will be bringing you insights from this particular event. We're hoping to be speaking to part of the leadership team at Zambia Sugar, as well as some of the key stakeholders that are taking part in this particular golf tournament. We understand that Zambia Sugar continues to obviously reach out and make an impact in communities. So it'll be very interesting to just find out a little bit more about how they're doing this through golf. So stay tuned and enjoy the show.
we enjoyed the game as well.
My name is Stella. I'm sales and admin for MPower Ventures Zambia. We are attending the Zambia Sugar golf tournament, and we're great. The event was great. The presence of different corporate companies has graced this event. We're proud to be presenting our products, one of which is our system, which speaks volumes.
My name is Lunza Sipi, representing African Life Financial Services here at the Zambia Sugar Golf Tournament 2025. I must say it's been very eventful, and also interacting with various exhibitors here at the tournament. We've learned quite a lot, and also this has been a platform for African Life to showcase the products that we have. And I must commend Zambia Sugar for a job well done. This is a commendable job that you have done organizing this tournament.
Hi, my name is Lowani Mkuandawire. I'm from Kingcloud Zambia Limited. We do corporate branding, so we brand a lot of stuff. We brand different promotional materials. We are also into clothing, so we do shirts. We also do PPE, and we do a lot of corporate gifts ranging from notebooks, water bottles, drink. As you can see from our stand, and we also do caps, and we do signage as well. We do in-house, indoor signage and outdoor signage as well. This is the second time that they are inviting us to showcase our products. We're so delighted and we're happy the way Zambia Sugar is showing support to SMEs like us, especially female-owned businesses. We are so grateful to Zambia Sugar. We hope to see you again next year so that we can showcase a lot of other products that we'll introduce on our range. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, this is Free. I'm from Madison Life Insurance, and I'm with my colleague here.
My name is Rodrey from Madison General Insurance.
Okay, so Madison Life and Madison General, we are specialized in the provision of life and general insurance in Zambia. And we're here at the Zambia Sugar Golf Tournament 2025 to be exhibited as sponsors as well. And Madison Life, as you know, word itself, we do provide life insurance products to do with employee benefits, individual life products, and we're here showcasing our products to the golfers here and all the other people that are visiting this place, so that at least they could have an idea of what Madison Life can do. So at this point, I'll have my colleague Obi just say something about Madison General.
Thank you. So as Madison General Insurance, we offer short-term insurance products. So think of your property insurance, your liability insurances, and we are at the 2025 Zambia Mazabuka Open to not only showcase our products as part sponsors, but also to touch base with some of our clients who are part of the golfers as well as the general community. So not only is this a sponsorship opportunity, but it's also an opportunity for us to sensitize the public about our very fringe product, as most people call it, because very few people know about what insurance covers. Most people think insurance only has to do with the police when they stop you. And so we're proud to be sponsors of this tournament, and we're proud to interact with the community of Mazabuka.
Hi everyone, so we're still on the sidelines of the ongoing Mazabuka Day of Golf, and I'm about to speak to Mr. Axon Tembo from Zambia Sugar, who is the team lead for all the Zambia Sugar participants who are helping support all the various partners. As you can see, we're standing in front of the backdrop that shows you the extent to which Zambia Sugar has attracted cooperating partners. We have learned that they've got over 20 supporting partners who've come to this particular event. So let's find out a little bit more. Mr. Axon, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks, Malwa, and welcome to the Zambia Sugar Invitational, the fifth one that we're having in a row. And I'm glad to see that it's been growing from strength to strength. Last year we had slightly below 25 sponsors. This year we've hit more than 30 sponsors have come from different sectors, from financial sector. You can see NGOs are here. You can see our contractors who work in Zambia Sugar are here with us. Insurance companies are here with us. All that shows how attractive sugar is. So we welcome everybody, and I hope everyone is having a fun time.
Absolutely. Now, Mr. Action, obviously, we're quite encouraged, and you've shared with us some numbers in terms of the cooperating sponsors. What makes this particular annual Open so important and significant? And 5 years in a row that you have been supporting this, because we understand Zambia Sugar is highly embedded in the Mazabuka community. Just explain to us why this event is so important to the company.
Yeah, this event is very important because, it started with just, local golf where we pit the factory and agric. But now we have grown to become a national tournament, and everybody looks forward to coming to Mazabuka. And so we want to offer the golfing community an opportunity to play golf on this course, which is one of the best in Southern Province. And this is a community facility. Zambia Sugar, being one of the biggest corporation in the province, we take pride in taking care of this infrastructure. And part of the proceeds from this tournament goes towards the maintenance of this infrastructure as well as the development of junior golf. So we're doing this because we want to give an opportunity to that rural boy or girl who would ordinarily not even think about playing golf, an opportunity to play golf because of the academy, the Junior Golf Academy, which we support through the proceeds that come from events such as this one. So we're working hand in hand with the Mazabuka Golf Executive to develop junior golf from the grassroots. We support them with all the equipment. We make sure this course is world class. We maintain it throughout the year. From last year's proceeds, we were able to put a top of the range irrigation system that makes sure that the greens are well maintained and that everyone can have a nice golfing experience at Mazabuka Golf.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, we've obviously been quite encouraged to see the amount of investment that has gone into this. Just recently, we obviously came to support you at, the launch of Twazabuka. But it's very clear that, Zambia Sugar continues to make a commitment to the communities. How significant is making an impact in terms of reaching the lives in communities for Zambia Sugar?
Yeah. Well, that's very, very important for Zambia Sugar. At Zambia Sugar, we thrive to building a thriving community. What we mean by a thriving community, we want to live together in harmony with all the different stakeholders that make Zambia Sugar great. Zambia Sugar on its own would not thrive if it was not for the contractors who are giving us all the services that we need, if it was not for the government, the regulators, the financial institutions who are able to lend us the resources, plus the community where we live, because it's from the community that where we get our license to operate. At Zambia Sugar, we believe that we can get all the licensing, from the regulators, but the most important license for us is from the community, who are happy to have this investment in this province, where we have one of the biggest factory in the whole of Africa. So we believe in cooperating with everyone. We bring everybody on board on such a day so that we can have fun together, so that we can impact the community together and fight some of the vices that our youth of today are fighting. So by bringing one young fella from the street to come and play golf, we are keeping them away from vices. So this is why we pride ourselves in partnership and making an impact in the community, especially where we operate from.
Hello, everyone. It's 𝗁𝗂𝗏, and we're currently on the sidelines of the ongoing, Mazabuka Golf Day that is powered by Zambia Sugar as well as cooperating partners. And I'm actually at one of the stands where I was having a very interesting conversation with Mr. Brian Monga of, this bicycle company called Buffalo Cycles that has obviously been in Zambia for some time and making an impact on communities. So I'm about to have a conversation with him just to learn a little bit more about the work that they've been doing, but more importantly, why Buffalo Cycles is participating in golf. Mr. Brian, how are you?
Very fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm doing great. And obviously just enjoying us, some golf, but more importantly, having conversations with the likes of yourself. But before we get into it, are you able to share with our viewers, what your role is at Bicycle Cycles?
So I am the country director for Buffalo Bicycle Zambia Limited.
Absolutely, and obviously that's a very, very important role because you're obviously sitting at as a strategic head. But tell us first of all why Bicycle Cycles decided to partner with Zambia Sugar at this 2025 edition of the Mazabuka Golf Day.
Yeah, thank you very much. This for us is an opportunity to interact with a number of corporates with whom we share the same ethos in terms of alleviating mobility poverty in this country. There are so many aspects of it that we can look at, whether it's education, we're looking at livelihoods, or even health. And for example, we are here with the invitation of Zambia Sugar, where we're partnering with the End Malaria Council because we all sit on the same board on the End Malaria Council.
Absolutely. Now, for many of our viewers, they'll be wondering, End Malaria Council and bicycles, what's the connection there?
So bicycles, a tool that is used for mobility. And the End Malaria Council has been advocating for the eradication of malaria in the country. Buffalo Bicycles, as a member organization on the council, we are working with the council to make sure that volunteers around the country are provided with mobility so that we can accelerate the eradication of malaria. You can understand that for a volunteer who's walking, they cover very long distances. But the quantum leap, when you provide them with a bicycle, is phenomenal. A person who's only able to meet 1 or 2 people in a day or in a week now can meet 5 people in a day, and that means they can meet about 20 people in a week, as opposed to only meeting 3 people in a week. So that means that the number of people that are being reached with health messages, health interventions, people that are being directed for treatment, people that are being given prophylaxis, people that are being directed to sleep under a mosquito net, the number then increases and we move closer to eradication.
Absolutely. Now, earlier on you did share, some interesting statistics and observations that you've actually made, and rightly so. You have indicated that improving mobility actually gets some of these critical services, given access. But are you able to see or make a correlation between your distribution of bicycles and in terms of improving access to regimes such as the malaria program that you've just been mentioning?
Yes, definitely. Getting into specific data, this you can confirm with the End Malaria Council and also with the National Malaria Control Center. You find that provinces like Southern Province, where there is a concentration of volunteers, a number of them have been consistently working, and a number of them have been provided with bicycles, there has been almost a total eradication of the disease. But then you find that in areas where there are fewer volunteers, most of them not provided with mobility, we are still seeing higher incidences. And so what we have seen even in our research that we have done in several places where we've been implementing mobility programs, is not only the eradication of malaria that reduces, it's also other issues like economic opportunities. You find that people that were engaged in income generating activities, let's be as basic as selling cattle, selling chickens, selling goats. The access to market is always a problem for rural people. Somebody who has to carry a box of tomato on their heads to move 7 kilometers to access a market in Mumbwa. When you provide them with a bicycle, they can do that trip 2 or 3 times in a day. And as you understand, if a box of tomato costs 200 kwacha, they then can make 600 kwacha in a day, when they could only have made 200 kwacha. Already they're doing the threefold their business. And talking about tomatoes, the level of loss, if you do not sell it when it is ripe, is very high. And so accessing mobility at the time when it is ripe is critical for that particular household to redeem their investment in agriculture.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another interesting episode by Financial Insight. Lots of insights that we've learned from this particular Golf Day coverage. Today, we obviously, had a chance to speak to part of the leadership team who shared with us in terms of how Zambia Sugar is leveraging events such as this one. Being the 5th year of supporting this event, they have obviously witnessed an increase in cooperating partners who came to partner with them for this particular Golf Day. Making an impact for communities is something that concerns the leadership team at Zambia Sugar, and we understand why. Zambia Sugar continues to change lives. Recently, as we'd indicated in the interview, they've recently launched their Twazabuka project, which this time takes the company to a whole different level. Having a golf day like this becomes extremely significant for the company because this is how they get to now make a further impact in the surrounding communities. We also learned a bit about how surrounding communities are able to benefit from, the surge in traffic that comes into the city of Mazabuka. We spoke to, some of their, key stakeholders that also shared with us in terms of some of the CSR initiatives that they've obviously entered into right alongside Zambia Sugar. So it's always exciting to do coverage such as this. So from me, 𝗁𝗁 𝗙𝗶 Financial Insight, I would just like to thank the management team at Zambia Sugar, and for all our key stakeholders, we continue to ask you to just continue to follow the insights on the Financial Insight platforms. So stay tuned for more insights on all our platforms and get to know.